It's almost been 4 years since Capcom released Resident Evil 7, a game that both saved the franchise and happened to get me back into the franchise after being absent from it for a very long time. If you were to ask me at the time what Resident Evil games I'd played, my answer would just be Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 5. Two games that I still loved to this day and would be more than happy to replay whenever. Then come Resident Evil 7, released in January of 2017. A brand new survival horror game full of new mysteries while introducing a brand new protagonist, characters, and the first-person camera perspective. Did I enjoy this new approach that Capcom wanted to try out? Yeah, I did. Playing the game made me feel scared, as it should have. I didn't know what to expect at all. During the time the game came out, I had a job, so it took me about a day or two to actually beat it. I enjoyed what I'd played, and that would cause me to put over 100 hours into what was just a single-player game. Resident Evil 7 was a good survival horror reboot, but for now that's all you really need to know. Let's take a glance of what Capcom had to reveal during this summer.
Chris? Sorry, Ethan. Why?
I just need to say this quickly, but I'm so glad Chris actually looks like Chris now. I don't mean that in a bad way either, but RE7 Chris just doesn't look like Chris to me at all. I felt like he would have been a better hunk if anything. It's kinda weird too, because both RE7 and Resident Evil Vendetta came out the exact same year, and I found myself liking Vendetta Chris a lot more. I wonder why. Anyway, Resident Evil Village exists and was announced during Sony's digital conference in June after being speculated for months. After Village was announced, we also got another trailer for a brand new IP from Capcom as well, called Pragmata, that also utilizes the RE engine. It definitely had me hooked, and I hope it's not a project they choose to abandon in the future. I didn't plan on making this video too long, mainly just to share my thoughts on what we've seen so far, so without further ado, let's begin. Let me just start by saying that I know people call it Resident Evil 8, and people also call it Resident Evil Village. In the developer message video that released shortly after its announcement, both Kanda and Fabiana wanted us to know that while it is the 8th entry in the franchise, that they wanted us to refer to it as Resident Evil Village, as the village itself plays a crucial role in the game. So much that they both specified that they consider it to be its own character as well. As for what that exactly means, I suppose we'll find out later. As for the game itself, I loved what I saw. Everything looks really good. The RE engine has already proven several times that its games can look incredible, and I'm still very excited to get the chance to finally play it. Whenever I hear the word Village, my mind automatically thinks of Resident Evil 4, my all-time favorite Resident Evil game. And because of that, I think this game is definitely going to become another favorite of mine once it releases. As of recently, Capcom has been very secretive in terms of new info regarding Resident Evil Village. During their TGS conference back in September, we didn't get any new gameplay, but we did get some new media regarding the franchise in general, including the 25th anniversary key art, which I'm still very indifferent about for several reasons, and new key art of both Ethan and Chris. I understand this probably wasn't much to most of the fans, but we got something and I was pretty satisfied with it. They also apparently played some of the game off screen during the TGS stream and decided to show people reacting instead, which still doesn't make any sense to me. If they have nothing to show, then it really should just be that simple. Why bother showing someone reacting to a game that they're not even going to show that the stream was meant for? It kinda ruins the whole point. But disregarding that, last week we got a sliver of actual gameplay thanks to a new IGN video featuring Naomi Osaka.
I don't like horror movies. I think this is a perfect choice for me. Oh, I can run. Oh no. Usually if you can run, that means there's something that's gonna chase you.
I have no idea who this is. Oh, she's a tennis player. Neat, thanks IGN. Unfortunately, there isn't much to watch here, but it's nice that we got a short glance of what the gameplay is like. Ethan seems to run and drop a lot faster from platforms now, given the fact that Village will lean more on being action-oriented. And as for more info, that's really it for now until we get more in December. I'm still kinda concerned that they decided not to show the game which the stream was meant for. It was cool getting to see the new pieces of key art, but just not showing your game at a game show, that's a tad bit concerning. If Village isn't ready yet, then it simply isn't ready yet. I don't want the newest Resident Evil entry to be rushed. If it needs more time, then it needs just that, and I really wouldn't mind waiting longer for it. The website for the game also specifies that its release date is aimed for 2021 tentative, which essentially means that there is no official release date yet. Given the fact of what has happened during all of this year, I can't really say I'm shocked. Nonetheless, I'm still pretty excited for the game, and you should be too. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this short video regarding my thoughts, and as always, thank you for watching.